Call of Duty Black Ops 2 discussion. You know, me and my boy Legend of Thunder were playing Black Ops 2 last night. And we encountered a lot of people that were either knocked out on their stomach or masturbating. I don't know what they were doing, but they were laying on their stomach with their guns there shooting people when you walk around corners. So we sat there and I discussed a little option with him. I said, you know what they need to do in these video games right now? They need to make it that if you're laying prone, your gun don't fire bullets. And then Thunder, of course, said, oh, that wouldn't work, Press, because snipers, they lay prone a lot. I said, you know what? That's fine. If you use a sniper gun, laying prone will make your sniper gun work. I understand that. But if you use an SMG, an LMG, or an assault rifle, when you're laying prone, your gun don't fire. It's just like if you're sitting in a corner. Your gun don't fire. You have to be moving or something. Because the campers in Call of Duty right now are at an all-time high. They're at an all. Let me explain something to you. I made a theory up right now, and I know this is right. I can go on Modern Warfare 2. People have microphones on. They talk. I can go on Black Ops. People have microphones on. They talk. I go on Modern Warfare 3, and I'm going to explain to you how I came about this justification experiment. When I do my trolling videos, I go on Modern Warfare 3, and I can't get no one to even say a word, not a peep out of them. But they have their mics on. You know why? Because they're all little kids, and they don't like confrontation. If you notice something about me, I never will troll a little kid. I'm not going to put a little kid through trauma that could arise from the internet. So I just like, if I see a little kid, I won't even troll. If I started to troll my funniest little, I won't even put it on the internet. But what I'm saying is, the point of my story is, the little kids, the demographic, the 10 to 14-year-olds, whatever, have ruined Modern Warfare 3 to the point where it's unplayable. Because they don't move. And the problem with that is, you get these idiots out here making videos showing people how to play the wrong way. See, Call of Duty 4, before YouTube, with all these commentators making these videos, it was fun to play. But little by little, the game went to hell. World at War, no one even liked that game for some reason, which I happen to think was the best installment of Black Ops. And me and Blade talked, only used me Blade talked about it the other night. He said, you always like your first Call of Duty. And that's probably true, because I love the World at War. It's my first one that I actually played extensively. But the little kids right now have killed, and I'm not hating on little kids. You have a right to play the game, but where you learned how to play the game is wrong. They need to promote movement in these Call of Duties. And the way to do that is, if a guy's laying prone on the ground and just waiting for someone to come by, laying prone, your gun doesn't work. It just doesn't work. And the less you move, you should have, like I said before in videos a while ago, you should lose stamina so that you lose vision, whatever. Your aim's off. You're just not as good as a player. That's how it should be. The more you move around, a soldier's more aware, alert of his situations, and he's going to be more pinpoint accuracy. So if you don't move around, your gun's not going to be as powerful. You're laying on the ground, your gun's not going to fire at all. But if you don't move around, if you're the guy that sits in the corner and doesn't want to play and confront nobody, just wants to wait for some unsuspecting fool to run by so they can get a kill, if you're that guy, guess what? When you're sitting there, still as can be, your gun's going to do this, waver. It's going to be like that. That's what it's going to do. It's not going to be able to go like that. That's what we need to do. And instead of take the game wars out of the game completely, because what does a game war do when a little kid sees it, or anybody sees it, a grown adult, a deranged adult? What does it do to a grown or deranged adult right now if they see a game war in a game? You know what they do? They're going to plan it, and they're going to hide, and they're going to bitch glitch. That's what they're going to do. They're going to bitch glitch. Because they don't want to confront nobody. Much like I said, your personality is the way you play a video game. You see me, I'm hyper as hell. Like I told Thunder last night, I'm hyper as hell. I could probably play better if I slow up, but I'm just too fucking hyper. The motion sensors. What did you think they were going to do when you put a motion sensor in the game? What did you think they were going to do? You think they're going to drop it down and be like, let me run around the map? Fuck no. They were going to drop it down, sit in a corner with a game war in front of them. I ran into a guy the other night, right? I forget his name, but I have it. You're going to roll. I ran into a guy the other night. He had 54 days played on Black Ops 2. He did not prestige, right? Get this. He wouldn't prestige. Goes pro. Second chance, and he used noob tubes, right? Here's the kicker, though. You know what the #1 weapon was that he had the most kills with in that game was? You'll never guess. I'm going to give you guys a couple seconds to think about it. Guess right now in the comment section. Bloop, blop, bloop, blop, bloop. Bloop, blop, bloop, blop, bloop, bloop, bloop. All right. Did you guess? A pistol. A fucking pistol. You know why it was a pistol? Because the fucking scrub, the dumbass, got killed so many times, and second chance that's the most kills weapon that he used right there. Because he got killed in the second chance. When you have a game that lets someone have the most kills with a handgun because they got killed the most times because they're a horrible player, it's fucked up. Second chance was one of the worst things in the world. So anything that you put in a game that will, as you would say, is strategic playing, game war, motion sensor, whatever that jammer, it only promotes weak players to camp. Now, I think Treyarch should have actually made a video or whatever like I did and said, you know what, give us your ideas for the game and not take anyone's random ideas. I told people, if you'd have brought me in there, I could have eliminated camping completely. Easily. We could have eliminated camping completely. Fisticuffs, I tell you what, Fisticuffs is probably the most knowledgeable Call. In fact, he's the most knowledgeable Call of Duty person I've ever known. So he could have tell you the same thing. But I could eliminate camping completely. And if you're going to put this stuff in like Ghost Pro, when you give the player the inability to see their gamer tag, what do you think they're going to do? Do you think they're going to run around with the inability to see their gamer tag? No, they're going to blend in with the fucking wall, game war in front of them, motion sensor there, jammer there, and wait for me to run by. You have given these players, weak players, the tools to camp. And you just don't, I don't know if you understand that. I don't know why you would do that. So, if you want to take my ideas, I already seen you took my one idea and said that if you move around, you're not seen by radar or whatever, which is good. But I have better ideas than that. I wish you would have contacted me via whatever. Because I could have made your game. It's already going to sell millions because we already know there's little kids out there that are going to ruin the game, this and that. And we're going to, the beasts, the COD veterans like myself are going to have to find ways around it. But the number one thing I hope for in this game, outside of everything, be honest with you. Oh, noob tubes, by the way, too. I understand having them, but there's really, the only way you can get rid of them is to take them out of the game. But the number one thing I hope for in Black Ops 2 is this the most important thing. Is hit detection to be flawless. I could care less about all the other bullshit I mentioned, but if the hit detection is flawless and it doesn't have the lag like it, I mean, really, Black Ops 1 right now, the one I've been playing, I want to know how a video game that's 2 years old with 1/20th of the population actually runs worse now than it did when it was fully with over 3 million people playing a night. I can't figure that out one bit. So we have to get rid of that. We have to fix that problem. World at War ran good for some reason. Black Ops 2 never ran good for me for about 3 months. After 3 months, you'll notice my stats went from like a 118 KD down to a 99 right now. It's just, I won't even get into that. Because I don't care about KD, but I do care about when I'm being ripped off by a game because I'm putting 85 bullets into somebody and for some reason, it doesn't do nothing to them. Am I looking forward to Black Ops 2? I will come November. Right now, I could care less. I'm still playing Black Ops. The little kids have chased me off. I've been chased off Modern Warfare 3 by the little kids. Will I still post Modern Warfare 3? Yes, but I'm going to have to play when they go back to school because the little kids right now have chased me off. And I surmise when they go back to school, the sensitive, middle-aged, deranged adults will probably chase me off there too. So I've given you tools right now, Treyarch. Ideas, vigilance to correct camping in this game. Whether you use it or not is your own thing. But I'm giving you skills. You know, I have the greatest ideas on the set. The most talented, charismatic player that's ever played. That's me.